Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone. It is good to see you today. Before I start my presentation, I want to introduce myself. My name is Alfif Sandana Mahardika. I am a second semester student at Stikom PGRI Banyuwangi. Today, I'm going to talk to you about the most powerful text editor, Visual Studio Code. The first section is Visual Studio Code Overview. Microsoft released Visual Studio Code, or we can say VS Code, in April 2015, and now VS Code has reached version 1.47.0. This text editor available for Windows, Linux, and Mac OS. The next section is usability. When we're talking about text editor, it is used to write our source code and debug it before we compile or interpret our source code. And yes, Visual Studio Code or VS Code also does it, like other text editor in general. But VS Code has many interesting features that can help us. The next section is the Visual Studio Code features. VS Code has some features like autosave, built-in cheat, themes, debugger, command palette, plugin, or extension. As we can see in monitor, Visual Studio Code can support many programming languages like Java, C++, Objective-C, Visual Basic.NET, JavaScript, and many others. And the next section is advantage and disadvantage of Visual Studio Code or VS Code. The advantage of Visual Studio Code are it can open terminal, split screen, minimap, and IntelliSense. Yes, IntelliSense is my favorite feature in Visual Studio Code that can help me to autocomplete my statement in my source code. But VS Code also has disadvantage. There are it heavier than others, too much plugins, and too much shortcut keys. And now I will show you how to use this text editor. Okay, we can see in the screen. Okay, this is Visual Studio Code environment. As I say before, this is minimap. And then we can press Ctrl, Shift, and P to use command palette. So let me see. The example of IntelliSense. Okay, we make new file, press Ctrl N, Control S, name, okay, test. Okay, this is the example of IntelliSense. When we type HTML, nah, this is IntelliSense. The small window, and we can use it to autocomplete our source code. When we press enter, boom, fast and so beautiful. And next feature, next advantage is terminal. Visual Studio Code can open terminal, and then this source control that I say before, built-in JIT. Yeah, this is built-in JIT. Okay, this is my last section. Thank you for your attention. That's my presentation. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.